Hi everyone, Jennifer Blevins-Smith with Integral Clinic Solutions, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Navigating the Business of Medicine. Today I want to talk about holding claims and payer statuses. I have had quite a few people have the misconception and come up to me and say, hey Jen, is it okay that I'm waiting on my contract to come through from an insurance company for my new practice, or I'm adding a new provider to my practice and they're not affiliated with our group yet, but can we go ahead and start seeing patients with this insurance and then just hold those claims? And my first answer to them is no. And then I follow up with this question. Have you gotten confirmation from the insurance company that they will retro cover patients and claims for dates of service prior to the effective date? Or are they willing to backdate the effective date to cover these dates of service? If the provider or the manager says, oh yeah, they said that our effective date is going to be May 1st, but they're going to be delayed at getting us the contract, we just went ahead and started seeing patients. And then once we get our contract executed, then we'll start sending the claims just to make sure everything is good in their system. I would say, oh, okay, then of course, if they already told you that your effective date is retroed and you just went ahead and started seeing patients, yes, it's appropriate to hold those claims until you know that you're entered in their system, everything is right, and then you can go ahead and submit those claims. Totally fine. But if they haven't confirmed or said that they would retroactivate the effective date or retro cover, I would say you need to stop seeing those patients unless the patients are willing to be self-pay until your contract becomes effective. And there will be patients out there that will say, oh yeah, one time I don't mind paying cash out of pocket, that's fine, I need to be seen. And then you have other people will be like, ooh, it's not urgent that I be seen, so let me schedule out a month or two after you think you'll have the effective date so that I can make sure my insurance will cover it. And I think that's more reasonable. I think that is more likely. Honestly, I think only Medicaid and maybe Medicare are the ones that will retro cover anymore. There might be some small local regional plans to you that will also do that, but most of the big commercial payers will not. They will say this is your effective date and any claims submitted before this date will not be covered. And in that situation, you would have to write those off and eat that cost, which would not be good. But if they tell you that they are going to retro back the contract and you're just waiting for some logistical things to get situated at the insurance company or something like that, I feel it's very reasonable to hold those claims and release them once they confirm that they're ready to process your claims because you're in their system appropriately. The other thing you can do is you can hold claims at the beginning of the year. If you see a lot of Medicare patients and you don't want them to have to pay the deductible to you, and maybe they see a lot of other doctors because they have chronic conditions and you're like, I'll let them go after the patient for the money, then you can do that. And I do know a lot of healthy established practices will hold Medicare claims for the first 3-4 months of the year to get through deductible season. Let the other specialists or doctors that the patients see have to worry about that patient deductible amount. And then usually by the 3rd or 4th month, they release the claims, and most patients, their deductible has been met by the time those claims get sent, and they get paid by Medicare directly. Maybe a little bit of patient responsibility, depending, if they still have a little bit of deductible left or a co-insurance or something like that. But overall, they get paid faster by Medicare and don't have to go after the patients. So there is that situation where you can hold claims based off of a payer status or a payer situation. The other way that you could hold claims is if you're in negotiations with an insurance company that have completed about, raising your rates or your fee schedule, and they say, oh yeah, we're going to make that effective whatever date in our system, then people will hold their claims before they get confirmation it's been updated in their system. Once the insurance says, okay, yep, we've updated our agreed increased amount, then they release all of them so they get paid at the higher amount. And if you can financially afford that, of course, that is the great way to go. If you cannot, it's totally fine. Just keep submitting claims as usual. They'll get paid at the older rate. And as soon as they get their system updated with the new rates and the new claims come in, then they'll pay those at the increased rate. There are different ways to do things. It has to do with your financial stability of your practice and how comfortable you are with these practices. By no means am I giving any kind of advice in this video. I'm just putting out there that there's different situations and options for you to consider or know about, but I am not encouraging you to do one way or the other. I just want to put it out there that there are appropriate times where claims could be held, and it's not a bad thing until it's something that either isn't going to get paid because it wasn't in your contract, or you saw somebody that's with outside your effective date, or it's a non-covered service, but also timely filing limit. So if you hold claims too long, there's always that timely filing limit. Every insurance has one. They're all different. Some are 90, some are 6 months, some are a year. They're all different. You would need to find out and know what your payers have for timely filing. But if you hold them too long, you could face that. Something to keep in mind. Again, not giving advice, not trying to encourage you either way, but I just want to let you know that you can hold claims in certain appropriate situations given your organization's situation, your comfortability, your effective dates, your payer situations, your fee schedules, timely filing limits. There's a bunch of things to consider, but don't freak out if your manager tells you that we're holding claims temporarily because of this or this. Hopefully they've looked around every corner. They have an explanation. They'll know they'll get paid if they get released or when they get released. But it's not the end of the world as long as it's a short-term thing and they have explored all of the reasons and situations behind it. If you have any questions or comments about this, I would love to hear from you, so please leave that in the comments below. Smash the thumbs up button if today's video was helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please share this with your colleagues. We will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.